Today we've got games 3 and 4 here at the first round in the Golden State Warriors MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K25. In the last episode we played games 1 and 2, ultimately splitting those matchups, winning the first and losing the second. Game 1 was really exciting, went down to the wire, but we were able to hang on. 36 for Steph, 35 for Jimmy Butler, who had 23 in the fourth quarter alone. He sort of took control down the stretch, and we were able to lean on him to help us win this game. Everybody else was able to play to their roles for the most part and do what they needed to do. Anthony Edwards had 38 points on pretty good efficiency. Bones Highland shot 6 of 7 from 3, but not enough from everybody else for Minnesota, as they would ultimately drop the first game. But nonetheless, this one was really competitive, really close the entire way. And then game 2, also pretty competitive. However, Minnesota was able to run away with it in the second half, winning 121-108. They outscored us by 16 in the fourth quarter, despite a big game for Miles Turner. 25 points, 4 of 4 from deep. Curry had 22 and 9, albeit on 20 shot attempts. His efficiency was not entirely up to snuff, but he wasn't horrible by any stretch. Antoine Saliz played well down the stretch, 21 on 5 of 6 shooting. Double-double for Kuminga. And then we get to Jimmy Butler, who was god-awful. He was in foul trouble early, and then shot 3 for 14 from the field and 0 for 4 from deep before getting injured with a minute left in the game, and we'll discuss his status in just a moment. Jimmy Butler's performance in the fourth quarter of Game 1 won us the game. His performance really in all of Game 2 lost us this game. And now we've got to see what the deal with his injury is. It looked like a leg injury as he was driving to the basket with around a minute to go. The game was pretty much already over. So let's dissect what happened on this play here with Jimmy Butler and ultimately what the deal is going to be with his leg. So as you can see here, pump fake, drives inside. And then from there, his legs are at a 90-degree angle with each other. That's not normal. It's a dislocated patella for Jimmy Butler, and his season is over. Not good. So we will be without Jimmy Butler for the rest of the playoffs, whether we get eliminated in the first round or make it all the way to the finals. Jimmy Butler's not coming back. There's no chance of it. The dream is over. It's unfortunate given how well he's played throughout this season. Had a really good year despite now being 36 years old. Obviously, he was terrific in that first game against Minnesota. And we got to keep in mind that he is on an expiring contract with a player option. So on one hand, there's a chance that maybe he's played his last game here. But I'm curious to see if maybe the injury changes what he wants to do with his option. I think it'd be more likely that he would accept it and come back this upcoming season. But nonetheless, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to respond without him. And I think it starts by figuring out if we want to go with a deeper bench or just run an 8-man rotation. And I think we're going to go with the latter. It's not ideal, but I don't really trust anybody other than these 8. Trayce Jackson-Davis will move into the starting lineup, and I do feel pretty confident about him. Trayce Jackson-Davis had 6 assists in each of the first 2 games against Minnesota. His passing was terrific. To put that into perspective, his career high in assists through his first 3 NBA seasons is 5. So he broke his career high in each of the first 2 games, and he'll slide with the ones. So let's get this show on the road. Games 3 and 4 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs now here in Minnesota. Series tied at 1. No Jimmy Butler the rest of the way, and that means everybody else is going to have to step up. Trayce moves to the starting lineup. He's going to have a bigger role. Without Mbona being the only bench big, he's going to have a bigger role. And of course, the guards in the wings, guys like Buddy Hield, Antoine Saliz, Ayo Dosunmu, they're all going to have to play more. And of course, the most pressure will be on our star players, Steph Curry and Jonathan Kuminga, because the scoring load is going to be on them even more. Instead of having 3 star players, we only have 2. So those guys are going to have to play more. We're going to have to stagger their minutes wisely. Let's get this show on the road. Let's see if we can win it. Without our second best player is Rudy Gobert, who's also nursing an injury, wins the tip. We're underway. Gobert inside. No good. Grabs his own miss. Out to Edwards. Corner 3 off the mark. Another rebound for Gobert to Edwards, and that one goes off the front of the rim. Can't let them get 3 shots there on the opening possession, but good defense to not let them score. Kuminga with space. That one is good. It rattles in. Jonathan Kuminga has played fairly well over the first 2 games. Nothing spectacular, but he's been pretty good. We're going to need him to be really good, however, the rest of the way on both ends of the floor, because he will primarily be guarding Anthony Edwards. who hits the three on the left wing. Knotted up, here is Kuminga with it. Off the fake, it's tipped and stolen away. Jaden McDaniels in transition with a head of steam. He makes the layup. Curry tries to draw the foul. I thought his feet were set, but I guess there was not enough contact to blow the whistle. Edwards, pull-up triple. It's good. A quick start for Minnesota. They lead 8-3. The Timberwolves offense is off to a fast start. Warriors looking to respond. Curry drives right side. Layup is good. And he is on the board for Golden State. Trayce Jackson-Davis brings it up on the drive. He is snuffed at the rim. Karl-Anthony Towns with the denial. With Rudy Gobert's injury, Cat is needing to step up defensively inside. He's able to there as it's 10-7. Curry open, misses the three. Kuminga draws the double. Curry gets all that space. I don't know why Minnesota would leave him open, but I guess it works out. And then on the other end, here's Rob Dillingham. That one is off the mark. Ball is tipped into the hands of Gobert. Launches it up. It's good with the foul. And one. Rudy Gobert makes the play, and it's 13-8. Kuminga hands it off to Buddy Hield. Out to Curry. On the drive. Nope. Step back. Long three is good. Curry's first triple of the afternoon, and it's 13-11. Edwards with it now on the drive. Layup, no good. Ball is tipped. McDaniels gets it. Towns off the fake. Drives it in, and the floater is good. Minnesota already looking good on the offensive glass so far. I don't know why our team can't rebound in the playoffs. It's weird as Miles Turner bites for the fake by Gobert. 17-13, Warriors call timeout as they'll look to shuffle the deck a little bit. Towns guarded by Kuminga with a really nice pass and a good cut off the ball by Bones Highland, who's in for the layup. Highland really struggled in the regular season against the Warriors, but in the two playoff games so far, he's been really good. As Kuminga slides in, he makes the layup, and Golden State hanging right in there, 19-17. Bones gets it to Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns gets space. Kuminga was expecting drive, and instead, Towns pulls up for three. 22-17, here's Antoine Salice. He loses it. It's stolen by Bones. Out to Dillingham on the drive. Kuminga stays with him tightly. Dillingham now gets space, and Rob Dillingham makes the play. There I say that looked pretty shifty. 7-point lead. Here is Curry with it, looking for the screen from Kuminga. On the drive, gets by Towns in the corner. Adembona with it, runs by Gobert, and Bona is in for the slam. A powerful dunk by Adembona as it's 24-19. Dillingham out to Towns. That one's punched out by Kuminga. Curry has it, looking to drive inside. That one over Bones Highland is good. And the Warriors are within three. A football score, 24-21. As Bones Highland has it stripped away and stolen by Adembona. Salice with it on the lob. And Adembona slams it home. The best offense is good defense. Bona with the steal. Bona with the dunk. Golden State within one as Bona has the ball. Out to Curry for three. It's good. Look at Steph, man. So inspirational. He's got 16 here in the first to put the Warriors ahead. Ayo Dosunmu with it. Gets it to Antoine Salice. Fools out Jeffries. And Salice throws it down with the left hand. 28-24 now. Terrence Shannon with it. The second-year pro out of Illinois. Out to Bones Highland. His three on the left wing is good. And Minnesota makes it a one-score game once again. Jeffries, the rookie, gets it to Looney. Out to Towns. He finds Bones Highland for three. And the tie. Knotted up at 30. Golden State will hold for the last shot. Curry gets it for Ayo Dosunmu at the buzzer. It's good! Ayo Dosunmu for three and the lead. An exciting first quarter here in Minneapolis. The Warriors lead 33-30. Both offenses looking really good early in this game. Steph leads the way with 16. Anthony Edwards has been pretty quiet, but despite that, the Timberwolves have been able to score the ball at a high level. Bones Highland's been impressive. Step back. Over Salice. It's good. Long two, but an impressive shot nonetheless. 35-34. Dosunmu out to Buddy Hield. Quick closeout, but it doesn't matter. Buddy Hield connects on the triple. 39-34 now. Jonathan Kuminga with it, looking to get by Looney. Step back. Long two is good. Nice job there by Kuminga. He could have continued to drive inside, maybe look to draw a foul, but he creates some space, hits the mid-ranger. Salice, step back. That one is good. It's a long two. His foot was on the line. But the Warriors are doing such a great job of creating their own shots. These guys are all getting open on their own as Trayce Jackson-Davis nearly loses it, but he gets it back. Salis, Kuminga, guarded by Gobert. Let's get this in isolation. This is barbecue chicken right here. Kuminga looks to leave him in the dust. Layup is good. It's a 12-point game. The Warriors are red hot on both ends of the floor. The offense continuing to dominate. The defense really locking in as Gobert dunks it on Buddy Hield off the assist by Robert Dillingham. 10-point game. Anthony Edwards with it. Hands it off for Bones Highland. Salis quickly closes out. And again, doesn't matter. Bones with 15 already as it's a 7-point game. Hield gets it to Trayce Jackson-Davis in the corner. Curry back in the game. Picks up right where he left off from the first. Silencing the crowd. He's got 19. Dillingham out to Towns. Arguably the greatest big man shooter in the history of the NBA. He hits the three at the top of the key. Lead within 5. Salis guarded by Edwards. No good. Gets his own miss, and the putback will follow. But look at the bottom right. Anthony Edwards, 10 points on 2 of 13 shooting. He could build an apartment complex of all these bricks as Rob Dillingham is in for the slam. I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that Anthony Edwards is shooting this poorly, or the fact that Minnesota is still in the game with him shooting this bad, as Trayce Jackson-Davis connects on the 3. Not known for his outside shot, but when he's wide open, he'll take it, and he'll make it. McDaniel's no good. Gobert offensive rebound. Towns blocked! Adem Bona with the snuff. What a play. Bona quickly latches onto the perimeter and snuffs the big man. Off the inbound, Rob Dillingham with the dunk, and it is a 3-point game. Minnesota was down by a dozen just a few minutes ago. Now Dillingham can tie it, and he does. A big run to start the second quarter by the Warriors, and an impressively quick choke as Karl-Anthony Towns looks to take the lead, and he does with the hook shot, taking advantage of the size mismatch with Dosunmu. Here is Adem Bona with it. He's doubled. Somebody's going to be open. Curry, Ayo, Kuminga, corner 3 is good. Ball movement. Poetry in motion as it's a 1-point game. Here's Kuminga, pull-up triple. That one's good as well. Back-to-back threes for Jonathan Kuminga. He's starting to heat up now with 15. That one is off the mark. Good defense by Curry. Bona with the rebound. Here comes Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga on the drive. Layup is good. I said Kuminga needed to step up. Averaged 15.5 points through the first 2 games of this series. He's already at 17 here in just the first half. McDaniels for 3. That one is good. And even with Golden State's offense having a really good first half, Minnesota continuing to hang right in there, only down by 5. With just seconds to go here in the first half. Curry guarded by Highland. That's a mismatch. Will somebody else get more open? Doesn't look like it. Curry's going to have to shoot it. It's good! Stephen Curry at the buzzer puts the Warriors up by 7. Overall, you got to feel pretty good about that half. Even with Jimmy Butler out at the game, the 2 biggest things that we needed to do without Jimmy, we've done successfully. That is shot creation. The 2 stars are playing really well. 23 for Steph, 17 for Kuminga. Everybody else has done a good job. And then defending Anthony Edwards. He has not shot the ball well at all. 2 of 13 in this first half. If we can continue to do both of those things, we'll be able to win this game. As Edwards gets an and 1 to start the third, we'll see if he's able to really build on that as this game goes along. 68-62. Karl-Anthony Towns for 3. That one rattles in, and the lead is within 1 score. The Timberwolves continuing to stay right in the game despite Golden State's lead. Rob Dillingham with it. He's doubled. Towns. McDaniels for the tie. That one is good. Nice job by McDaniels to get open with much of the defensive pressure on the left side of the floor. We're knotted up at 68. Warriors looking for the lead back, and they get it. Miles Turner off the pick and roll is in for the slam, and Golden State is up by a pair. 72-70. McDaniels inside. Gobert gets run right back for the Wolves. We're now tied at 72. Turner gets it to Salis. It's bounced into the hands of Curry, who gets it back on the drive, gets the layup with the foul, and 1. Anthony Edwards called for the block, and it's 75-72. Adem Bona nearly loses it, gets it back, out to Curry. Looks to drive inside. His layup is good. And Steph now has 28 points with still right around 6 to play in the third as Rob Dillingham is in for the dunk. 1 possession game once again. That one is somehow hauled in by Bona on the drive. Gets by Gobert, and he is in for the layup. A very athletic play by Adem Bona. 79-74. Here is Salis. Step back. Mid-ranger is off the mark. Bona tries to tip it in. He cannot. And here comes Minnesota in transition. Anthony Edwards with it for three, and it's good. Edwards playing a lot better here in this third quarter. We're now tied at 79. Salis looking for another mid-ranger. This one will rattle in. It takes a shooter's bounce. Salis into double figures with 11. It's a two-point game now. Edwards at the top of the key gets the screen from Gobert for three, and the lead. No good, but Gobert tips it in. Gobert's done a good job inside, even with his injury on both ends of the floor, I think all things considered. We're now tied at 81. Here's Towns with the triple. That one is good. And Minnesota leads for the first time since the second quarter. It is a three-point game. Warriors looking to get the tie right back, and they do. Buddy Hield answers with a three of his own. What you can do, I can do better. We're knotted up at 84. Towns now looks to rebuttal once again. That one is good. Minnesota back up by three, make it four. Curry with it on the drive. He's doubled. Out to Adembona on the fake. Inside with the finish. Adembona's given the Warriors some great minutes tonight on both ends of the floor. Very high energy from Adembona on offense and defense as Rob Dillingham sends it home. Now tied at 91. Final seconds of the third. Warriors with a buzzer beater in each of the first two quarters. Bona with it. 3 to go. He will look for Salis. He's going to have to throw up a prayer. Amen! It's good! We're going to have to see if he got it off in time. In real time, I believe he did. But let's go to the replay monitor. Regardless, what a shot by Antoine Salis. Right there. I think 0.2 of a second. Clear as day. He got that ball out in time, so we'll see the official ruling, but this shot's going to count.
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
So the basket is good for Antoine Salis, and the Warriors will take a 94-91 lead into the fourth quarter in what has been a really exciting Game 3. No shortage of highlight offensive plays for either team. Anthony Edwards has it at the top of the key. Looking for the screen from Looney. He gets it. Edwards with a prayer, and that one is answered. Both teams with ridiculous fadeaway threes were knotted up at 94. Turner, pump fake, looks to get by Looney. Kuminga dishes it for Turner, and one! A reverse slam for Turner. He draws the foul on KJ Jeffries. 97-94. Buddy Hield, what is he doing? He didn't even get crossed up. Here is Shannon with it, guarded by Buddy Hield. On the drive, layup is no good. Ball is tipped into the hands of Jonathan Kuminga. And here comes Golden State. Kuminga inside, blocked by Jeffries, the rookie out of Oregon. Skoducks. Here is Jeffries on the other end. Floater is good. The best offense is good defense. 98-98. Curry brings it up. He'll be in for the rest of the game, as will most likely Kuminga. Jumper is good. That one was a pure, smooth stroke for Steph Curry. 198. Salis, step back three. Money. That one was a good 3 or 4 feet beyond the line. He was going backwards, and he still drills it. 5-point lead for Golden State. Edwards, mid-range jumper is good. Calls bank, and it is a 1-point game. Here is Salis in the corner, off the fake. Gets it to Ayo Dosunmu. His three is off the mark. That was a good look. He was open. On the other end, Edwards on the drive for the lead. Layup is good. And the Timberwolves are back on top as it's a 1-point game. Off the drop, Bones Highland misses the three. He was open, but he couldn't corral in the pass, causing an off-balance shot. Curry on the other end. Pull-up mid-ranger is good. He has 35. And it's a 1-point Warriors lead with 5 minutes to go. Grab your popcorn, folks. We're going to be looking at quite an exciting ending. Bones Highland getting busy. He hits the three on the left wing. 2-point game. Dillingham throws it up, no good. Bona with the rebound. Out to Salis. Warriors running the floor quick. Salis out to Buddy Hield. Top of the key for the lead. It's good! Buddy Hield for three. And the Warriors are back up by 1. Here is Anthony Edwards with it, guarded by Antoine Salis. Gets by him on the drive. Layup is good, despite a quick closeout from Curry. And now Minnesota's back up by 1. Curry gets it to Adembona. In for the slam! Golden State back ahead by 1. Adembona in the double figures as he drives inside for a little rack attack. Edwards now for three. That one will fall. Minnesota up by 4. As bad as Edwards was in the first half, they are handing him the keys to the car here of the final 2.5 minutes offensively, and so far, he's done great in this fourth quarter. But we're back within one. But he healed. Makes the three. 120 to 119. Towns now with a triple. That one is no good. Salis with the rebound. That one is going to be stolen by Gobert. A bad pass by Antoine Salis as Gobert is fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. He would end up missing both of them, and now Golden State gets it back. But Turner misses the pass for Curry. It goes off his hand, and the Warriors are just getting sloppy here on offense. We can't make shots if we don't take shots. Ball security. Edwards on the drive, no good. At least the defense is able to clutch out a pair of stops. Now the Warriors have it back. Curry with it on the drive, trapped inside. He's got Kuminga out to Turner, back to Curry in the corner. Looking for the screen, he gets it. Curry inside, Miles Turner out of bounds! He would have easily been able to score there because there was nobody inside the paint to guard him, but he lost his footing. 3 consecutive turnovers for the Warriors. The offense is blowing this game as Anthony Edwards hits the mid-ranger, 3-point lead. Again, at the very least, we just have to take a shot on this possession. Curry, corner 3, no good. Rebound by McDaniels. Minnesota can make it a 2-possession lead with just over a minute to go. McDaniels inside, Dillingham, layup, over Salis, it's no good. Turner with the rebound. Warriors down by 3, back with the basketball. Adembona getting some closing minutes as he's in for the dunk. And the lead is back within 1. 122, 121, 50 seconds left. Game 3 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs is on the line. Edwards with the screen, drives inside, layup is good. He had Towns open in the corner, takes it himself, gets 2. It's a 3-point lead now. Curry with it on the drive, he's doubled. Turner, quick 3, he's open, and it's off the mark. With Gobert matching up on Curry, it looked like Turner was going to have plenty of space, and he did. Shot doesn't go in. Edwards' jumper will fall. We decided not to foul on that possession. I'm surprised Minnesota didn't waste more time, but they score, which is the most important thing. It's now a 5-point lead, and now we need to hit a quick 3. Curry with it, throws it up, and it is good! It's a 2-point game. This one's not quite over. Warriors will press. Dillingham is fouled by Curry. He'll shoot 2 at the line. Keep in mind, we are out of timeouts, so we've got to make a quick decision based on these shots. First is no good, and no matter what, we'll get the ball back with it being a 1-possession ball game. Second for Rob Dillingham to make it a 3-point lead. It is good. So with 19.9 seconds left, we have flexibility. We can go for a quick 2 and look to foul, or we can hold and shoot for the tie. Curry on the drive, doesn't get a good look. Warriors will reset the possession. It looks like they will hold for a 3. 8 seconds to go. Curry guarded by Dillingham. Obviously, he's going to be the one to take the shot, but we got to get him open. Turner sets the screen. Curry, fadeaway for the tie. No good! And the Minnesota Timberwolves will survive. They win Game 3, 124-127, and take a 2-1 series lead over the Warriors in what ended up being a really exciting game that we ultimately fall short with. And I can't help but think if Jimmy Butler was healthy, if he had played like normal Jimmy Butler and not Game 2 Jimmy, we'd probably end up winning this game. Steph was fantastic, 38 and 10. He didn't shoot the 3-ball well, though, down the stretch. 2 for 8 in the second half, including missing the game-tying shot at the end of regulation. But overall, he was obviously very good. 21 for Kuminga, 17 for Salis, 13 and 15 for Miles Turner. Went 4 for 4 from deep in the last game today, 0 for 4. I thought Adembona was terrific. 12, 5 and 3, 6 of 7 shooting, and good defense. He's going to play a lot, I think, in Game 4. Anthony Edwards with 38. Not the most efficient, though, especially in the first half. But when Minnesota needed him to dial it in the second half, he did. 25 for Bones, 19 and 15 for Towns, 5 for 10 from deep, and then 18 for Rob Dillingham. The biggest difference in this game was the turnover margin. On offense, we had those 3 back-to-back-to-back turnovers with like 2 minutes left. If we score on one of those possessions, we probably win the game. And then defensively, we're not doing a good job of forcing turnovers, getting steals, disrupting passing lanes. We need to do a better job of that in Game 4. Minnesota cannot get that many more field goal attempts than us because, well, if they take more shots, they're probably going to make more, and thus, they're more likely to win the game because they're probably going to have more points, and that's how basketball works. Same starters for Game 4. We're going to continue with the 8-man rotation. I thought it worked fairly well in Game 3. As Miles Turner wins the tip, we are underway. This is as close to a must-win, non-elimination game that it gets. We know we cannot go down in the series 3-1 because, well, it's possible, but a very, very hard comeback. Curry gets the first shot to fall here for Golden State. Towns with it on the drive. He throws it down over Steph Curry, and we are tied at 2. Both offenses struggling through the first couple of minutes. That was not the case in the last game. Trace Jackson-Davis out to Curry, deep three. That one will fall. I get leaving Trace Jackson-Davis open on the perimeter off the double, but you can't leave the weak side and leave Curry with all that space. Miles Turner for three. That one falls, and the Warriors are off to a nice start now, 8-2. The offense hits a couple of triples. The defense playing really well early. McDaniels gets it to Rob Dillingham. Top of the key three. That one is good. And the Wolves are hoping that can spark something on the offensive end of the floor in what's been a slow start for them as Kuminga has it inside, and that one is blocked? I mean, Rob Dillingham is 6'1", but considering that ball didn't hit the rim, I would hope it was blocked as Edwards hits the three on the other end to tie it at 8. Kuminga, corner, Buddy Hield, open three, unable to knock it down. Towns with the rebound, Wolves looking to run the floor again. Edwards with it on the drive, gets by Jackson-Davis, layup is good. And after really only scoring one basket over the first 3 minutes of the game, Minnesota has woken up in a major way. They've scored the last 8 to take the lead. Kuminga looks to end the drought, and he does. Jonathan Kuminga connects on the three off the screen. 11-10 now. Edwards has it, gets it to Dillingham. McDaniels wide open. Kuminga slow to get back there. And Jaden McDaniels hits the corner three. 15-13 now in favor of Golden State. McDaniels with it, drives right side. He has somebody open on the weak side. Rob Dillingham for three. That one is good. Got to stay somewhat close to these great perimeter shooters such as Dillingham. Edwards gets by Salis. Inside, no good. Nice defense by Miles Turner. Salis with the rebound. He gets it back up to Turner on the drive. Gets by Cat and misses the layup. This team is hilarious. I think that's the best way to put it. How many easy shots inside will we miss? As Adembona drills the three. Golden State back ahead, and for Bona, that's the first made three of his entire NBA career. Knotted up at 20 now. Curry on the drive. Layup is good. He's got 9. That leads the Warriors, who are now up by 4. Aya Dosunmu with it on the drive. Nice move, but he misses the layup. I think every game we've had with Aya Dosunmu, he's missed an easy layup or two. On the other end, Terrence Shannon Jr. See, kids, that's how you make your layups inside. We've got to stop missing easy shots in the restricted area. Curry off the screen. Bounces one for three. That one will rattle in. He's got a dozen, and the Warriors are back ahead with under a minute left in the quarter. Pump fake. Dosunmu on the drive. Back out to Curry. Nice pass. Salis in the corner. Long two is good. Again, great ball movement on that possession by Golden State as it's 29-26. Anthony Edwards with it on the wing for three. And the tie, it's good. Anthony Edwards with a much better start to this game than Game 3. We're knotted up at 29. Here's Adembona. Gets the mismatch with Rob Dillingham. Bona inside. That one is good. And the Warriors are back ahead as the second-year big man out of UCLA now has 5. 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Edwards with it. Fadeaway three for the lead is good. And Anthony Edwards has Minnesota up by 1. Warriors are going to get the last shot. They had 3 buzzer beaters in Game 3 before the miss to tie at the end as Salis makes the layup. And the Warriors are up by 1. That'll wrap up the first quarter. Another exciting start. Both offenses had some rough patches early, but have really played well over the last few minutes. And a high-scoring first, 33-32. Kuminga gets it inside for Jackson-Davis, and his pass is intercepted by Jeffries. He's got Bones Highland looking for the lead, and he will get it. Bones Highland off the turnover, makes the layup, 34-33. Here comes Salis now on the drive. That one is off the mark. Trace Jackson-Davis grabs the miss, gets the putback, and one. We miss another layup. That time it was uncontested, but I guess it kind of works out because we get an and one out of it, and that means we get an extra point. 36-34. Nice pass. Looney in for an and one of his own. Trace Jackson-Davis with the foul off the reverse slam by Kevon Looney. Dosunmu now makes the layup, draws the foul. Another and one. It's Shannon called for the foul as Ayo will miss the free throw. Trace Jackson-Davis with the board, and he misses inside. Who would have thought? On the other end now, Terrence Shannon with it, in for the slam. The missed layup ends up being a 4-point swing because the Timberwolves score in transition quickly. Us missing layups has kind of become the new thing with, like, the bases loaded that we have in the Giants series and then with the Marlins prior, as Trayce Jackson-Davis will make one inside. Anthony Edwards now for 3. That one is good, and the Wolves are up by 4. He's telling his defender he's too small, which is ironic because Antoine Salice is literally bigger than him. Salice guarded by Looney. Isolation. That's lunchtime. Barbecue chicken, please, as he's in for the dunk. 46-42 now. Salice gets it over to Jonathan Kuminga off the fake in the corner for 3. Kuminga drills that one. He's got 8 points, but he's only shooting 3 for 9 from the field as Dosunmu loses it. Edwards with the steal. Here comes Minnesota. Up, and away. Anthony Edwards with the throwdown. He's got 22 points. Talk about a difference from the first half of the last game to today. Off the miss. Jeffrey's rebound. He gets the putback. Wolves up by 7. Golden State's going to call a timeout. Try to stop this run because right now Minnesota's looking pretty good. 5-point game. Here's Anthony Edwards with it on the drive. Buddy Hield tries to draw the charge. Instead, he just launches himself backwards. 9-point game now. Dillingham, pull-up jumper, no good. Mama! There goes that man. Edwards nearly with the windmill dunk. That would have been unbelievable. Kuminga launches it off the backboard, no good. Here comes Minnesota. It looked like Kuminga was trying to draw the foul there. Edwards, corner 3 is good. And the Timberwolves are on fire on both ends of the floor. They're up by 11. Golden State's got to get it together before this turns into a blowout as McDaniels gets the steal in transition. Here's Dillingham with it. Pump fake with the slam, and it's a 13-point lead now for the Wolves. They have 11 points off of turnovers. The Warriors have none. That was the difference in Game 3, and so far here in Game 4, that's still been the difference as Towns hits the shot over Bona. 15-point lead. We really haven't been less efficient than them. It's just about the turnovers. As Curry misses the open jumper, here comes Minnesota looking to move fast. McDaniels with it inside. Rob Dillingham, layup is good. That is now a 17-point lead. This is getting out of hand fast. Curry with it, guarded by Dillingham. On the drive with space in the paint, makes the layup. If we want to start a comeback now, we've got to start moving quickly. We can't let this get to the fourth quarter and the deficit is still within like 10. Dillingham off the screen. No looker for Bones Highland. Layup is good. It's a 17-point lead once again. This time the layup is off the mark from Jaden McDaniels. Here comes Golden State. Dosunmu with it, guarded by Bones. He's going to send it out to Salice. We're going to drive by McDaniels, and he powers it home. Nice dunk by Antoine Salice. Flexing on him as the lead is back at 15. Karl Anthony Towns with it over Bona. That one is no good. Trayce with the rebound. Golden State's going to have one more shot. They're going to have to throw it up quickly, but it's intercepted. And McDaniel's shot is off the mark. A fitting end to the first half. Another turnover. That's been the only difference of this game. We're turning the ball over. They're not. They're taking more shots, so naturally they will make more shots. Here's a look at our postseason bracket. Otherwise, Denver, who lost Nikola Jokic to injury, has been swept by Memphis, and then the 4-seeded Cavs are the only other winner up to this point. As we go into the second half, it's really simple. On offense, ball security. On defense, don't let them secure the ball. We need to win the turnover battle. That's the one difference between these two teams. Otherwise, I feel that we've played pretty evenly with Minnesota as Miles Turner gets the scoring started here in the third. Just got to get some shots in off of bunches. We don't need to go on a crazy run within a minute or two stretch, but we need to play consistent basketball over the next 20 minutes. Gobert and Curry trading blows. It's a 13-point lead. Good start offensively to the third quarter for the Warriors. Here is McDaniels with it. Off the screen for 3. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't call Anthony Edwards on the moving screen. Kuminga couldn't get anywhere. It's like Edwards was like blocking him like he's an offensive guard as it's stolen by McDaniels on the other end. Dillingham with the dunk. Another turnover. 2 more fast break points for Minnesota. They're up by 18. Kuminga gets the screen. Drives left side. That one is good with the foul. Nice response by Jonathan Kuminga. He's coming off a rough first half. He needs to be better. Edwards blocked! Turner sends it off the bottom of the backboard. On the other end now, here is Curry with it on the drive. Gets it to Kuminga. Ball up top. Warriors reset the possession. Kuminga isolates on Gobert. And that one is off the part of the rim. Kuminga rebound. No good again. Jonathan Kuminga had 2 shots in the restricted area, and he missed both times. As Karl-Anthony Towns makes the layup, it's a 17-point lead. Miles Turner with it, looking to score quickly thereafter, and he does not. I don't know what to say. This team keeps missing somewhat easy shots inside. I can't explain it. Curry, sidestep jumper is good. We're better off shooting from 15-plus feet than we are in the paint. The lack of focus here is mind-boggling. Kuminga blocked by Towns. That one's not really as much his fault. More so good defense. Dillingham blocked on the 3. Salis with the snuff. On the other end, Curry, with space, drills the triple. Don't look now, but the Warriors are within 10. We're starting to play a little bit better. Dillingham at the line, misses the 3 throw. Towns offensive rebound and put back. That's unacceptable from Jonathan Kuminga. Cannot let Towns get the rebound as Salis loses it. Bones Highland with the steal. On the other end, in the corner, Dillingham 3. It's good. Along with the turnovers, the big difference between these two teams is that Golden State just looks sloppy. They're making more mistakes. Salis with it on the drive, loses it again. It's stolen now by Towns. Here comes Minnesota. Terrence Shannon with it. On the other end, layup is good. We look like we've never played in a big game in our lives. The moment seems to be overwhelming this team, and Minnesota is making the most of it as Salis is back in for the layup. If nothing else, I like seeing the confidence from Salis. He's got a short mind after back-to-back turnovers. Kuminga inside, snuffed by Jeffries. Warriors keep it. Dosunmu on the drive. That one is good. Lead back within 10. Even though it's been kind of an ugly quarter, we've still outscored Minnesota by quite a bit. Curry, pull-up jumper at the buzzer. No good. Going into the fourth quarter, we're down by a dozen. Not ideal, being that we're down 2-1 and we have to win this game. But even though it looked bad in the third quarter, we did still outplay them. However, starting the fourth with a turnover is not a good look. It's even a worse look, allowing an offensive rebound off the turnover, leaving Anthony Edwards open for 3, and now it is a 15-point game. That whole sequence was just absolutely disgusting. Here's Curry inside. Trace Jackson-Davis is fouled, gets the and 1. A 3-point play for the Warriors to respond off the triple by Edwards. Here comes Ant off the screen. Open 3 is good. 15-point lead here for Minnesota. Curry with it, looking for the screen from Adembona. He's going to shoot the 3. That one will rattle in. 29 for Steph. And the lead sits at 14. Again, we've got to get moving now. Comeback got to begin here as Bona misses the layup. Not even going to comment on that. Here's Terrence Shannon now on the other end. Inside, Looney with the slam. What I've noticed off of these misses is that Minnesota's running the floor so quickly. We've got to get back on defense faster. Bona has the size mismatch with Highland. That one is no good. What is there to analyze here? We are missing the easiest shots inside. If we make these easy layups, we might be winning. Edwards, triple is good. It's a 19-point lead for Minnesota. Kevon Looney with it on the drive. He's blocked. I think it was tipped by Trace Jackson-Davis. At the very least, it was certainly a miss. Here's Curry on the other end. Layup is good. Wow, we actually made it. That wasn't even that easy of a shot. He was off balance, but it goes in. Curry's like the only guy who isn't plagued by this layup thing, even though he's literally like the smallest player on the team. As Terrence Shannon hits it off the bank, flexes on him. 15-point game, under 6 to go. Bones Highland on the drive. That one is no good. Highland gets his own rebound. Shannon 3 is good. So finally, Minnesota gets a taste of their own medicine, but we let the smallest guy on the floor grab a rebound over 6'10" Adembona. I don't know if it's just the effort level or the intangibles or what, but everything with this team just feels off with Jimmy Butler not on the floor. Off the dunk by Edwards. Here is a screen for Salis for Miles Turner. Looks like it's pick and pop. Turner hits the 3. Lead sits at 17, now 19, with 2:45 to go. Highland's second 3 throw is no good. We actually grabbed the rebound that time. Turner comes down with it. Warriors look to move fast. In transition, corner 3. Antoine Salis drills it. It is a 17-point game. Following possession, Salis has it again. Screen from Trace. Salis backs up, kicks and deals. It's good. It's a 14-point game now. Warriors running the press. Edwards with it, stripped away, and stolen by Salis. On the other end, Salis, another 3. That one is no good. Turner with the rebound, and he gets the putback. An 8-0 run for the Warriors over the last 40 seconds. Is it too little too late, or is Golden State going to find a way to make some magic? Here's Edwards with it. Open lane for 3. No good. Rebound by Gobert. He gets the putback dunk. And I think that's just about going to do it. Warriors are going to get the last shot, but it won't matter. Curry with it. Step back at the buzzer. It's good! Why couldn't we get that in the last game? 121-108 is your final. The Timberwolves now lead the series 3-1, and our backs are against the wall. We are severely missing Jimmy Butler because we are losing these games, specifically this matchup, Game 4, off of self-inflicted wounds, turnovers, rebounding. Although the rebound margin really wasn't that big, it's more so letting them get easy boards on the offensive end of the floor. And then the missed shots within the restricted area, just disgusting. Curry at 36, he played really well. Everybody else, for the most part, not so much. Kuminga, 5 of 19, 2 for 7 from deep. That's not going to cut it. Miles Turner was pretty good, at least offensively. He had 16 and 9. Hard to complain with him or Salis. Trace Jackson-Davis was pretty good too, but still, not enough from everybody outside of Curry. And ultimately, that's a big reason why we lost. Edwards with 42 points. He was a lot more efficient this game. Dillingham, 18. Shannon, 17. If you're looking for a positive, though, if we take the second quarter out of the equation, we did outscore them in the other 3 quarters. Other than that 5-minute stretch to end the second quarter, you can make the argument that we were the better team throughout this game. Despite consistent mistakes in the second half, we still outscored them after halftime. We shot the ball better in the second half. We have to look at the positives here because we need something to look at to try to win these next 3 games. Our backs are against the wall. We are in survival mode. Let's see if we can hunt down the prey, or if we'll be the prey for Minnesota to eat up on and move to the second round. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.